Yeah, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rekakwadash Bakatham. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that rule well, and a salute and a shalom to all the Akim that are out to labor, pushing their truth in all sincerity and in truth. This is, I guess you could say, this is a response to the brother. His channel is GMS Gabor War. Subscribe to this brother's channel. Be edified. He uploaded a lesson earlier titled, Look at Your Independent Black Woman. Right? Because I believe starting November 1st or one day in November. One day next month. EBT, SNAP, all of that will be basically the cutoff. It's going to be all canceled. All right. So, let's just say what? The vintage shall fail, right? So, I'm going to let this play. Get some scriptures, close out.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elected in 1/3. And Adon Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. And the Wada, Yahweh Bahashim El Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And probably going to title it something along the lines of this is the last person you would want to be around when shit hits the fan. Okay? Mm-hmm. As they say, shit has hit the fan. SHTF fan. Yeah. This is the last. This is the last person. Okay, brothers? This is the last person you want to be around, all right, as this squeeze, okay, as the brother right here posted, as this squeeze continues to increase, you're going to see these so-called black queens, really these women, okay, really these women in general, men too, okay, and if you got a problem of us having talking points pertaining to prophecy towards the woman, you're not ready, man.
Right.
Okay, you got some emotional demon that you haven't let go of or fought against, all right? Mm-hmm. And that's going to get you caught up in Jacob's trouble when it fully commences, right? Okay? Because one thing that I notice is these people can't handle judgment across the board when it pertains to a woman. Now, real quick, since I said that, let me immediately get Job, the 4th chapter, okay? And yes, famines are going to increase in these last days. This is Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or wherewith a righteous cut off. So when you're seeing judgment across the board play out, you have to understand this is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, since I said that, now that makes me think of Ezekiel the 9th.
Right, because it say what? What's that? Isaiah 45:7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh Bashemal, shall do all these things, right? It also says what? Okay. First Samuel 2 and 6 to 9. It says, Yahweh Shemal Shah killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh Shemal Shah maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahweh Shemal Shah's, and he hath set the world upon them. See? So Yahweh Shemal Shah kills and makes alive. It also says this. What's that? Deuteronomy 32. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Where is it? Is it? Hold on. Let's see. Yep. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Yep, that's it. It say, see, now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. All right? So, Jake, man, when you start to see lots of death out here, man, you have to understand that it's the judgment of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Okay? Say what? Whoever perished being innocent. So all of these people that you will see being judged on a very high level, they weren't innocent. They did something in their past life, and they still have to pay for that.
Same chapter, because I have some precepts right here. Okay, I got some precepts lined up, and I also was on Chat GPT, and I compared those precepts to real events taking place right now. Okay, so we are witnessing not only prophecy, but now we're in the time where we're witnessing how people respond to prophecy. See, it was okay 3-4 years ago. So now we're seeing how people are reacting to the prophetic message, in real time. Now look at this, the vision of slaughter. All right. Now this is why it's so important for us to be sighing and crying so that we can be exempt from judgment. Our household to be exempt from judgment. And hence why the prophecy of Isaiah 4:1 is because these in particular prophetic times are humbling the opposite gender of our own people. Okay, because I did a lesson earlier pertaining to how Esau has beguiled Eve to be independent when it comes to a man, not knowing she is dependent on the man. See?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Because, because now Eve is realizing, like, damn, we ain't independent. We've been lied to. We've been duped. See, Eve is now realizing that. Not all of them, but a lot of them are realizing that now. Okay, because they always get on YouTube, TikTok and all that, and ask, how come the men aren't protecting and providing? See,
she may be independent to a man, but she's dependent on the man. And amongst Jake, the man is who? Esau, the government. Okay. Now I want to go right here, and I'll just read quick. Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto me, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and we are a people before a place, and set a mark exempt from judgment, and set a mark upon their foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And now the times that we're in, you're going to have a lot of Israelites that are going to be in a very fearful, panicking mindset, because they've been playing when it comes to this truth, and just dancing, wearing the fringes, just going with the get along, the barbecues, the debates, just being a seat filler, okay, and not taking this truth deadly serious.
Exactly. All right, man, because man, the brother just said that there would be a lot of Israelites that will be terrified. See, because they weren't getting themselves prepared. They weren't getting themselves ready. All right. They weren't rejoicing with the wife of their youth. See, they weren't getting closer and closer and closer to Sophia, to wisdom. See, but they was wearing the white tee with the fringes on the bottom. See, they were just going to the cookouts, the barbecues. See, they were just saying shalom, and that's it. They weren't getting themselves ready. So they have no idea what they're involved in.
All right. And it says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others, okay, the others, he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. So the times that we're coming into, you're going to have Israelites like this that are not going to receive mercy. They're not going to receive pity. Okay, now I'm going to let a little bit of this play. Check this out. Okay, watch this.
I'm going to tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cars.
And listen, brothers.
So, all right, man. So Eve, she's basically saying that she's gonna crash out. She's saying that, man. She's saying she's going to crash out, man. And that she's going to commit what? Theft. She's going to what? Commit a crime. See, man? You women must understand you need a man. It's not that you want one, you need one. You need a man of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Right? A man that has been equipped with this knowledge, man, that has been equipped with this truth. Right? Because that man will be what? He will be level-headed when everyone else is crashing out. He's going to stand firm.
I'm telling you, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, brothers, let these people have it, man.
Yep.
Okay, these people are becoming more savage-like. They're becoming more desperate. They're in a panic mode. Okay, you got to let her have it. All right, let them have it, man. Trust in the Lord. Okay,
Yep.
because see, they're going to use the excuse to feed their children, but she's really making sure she eats because I have.
All right, man. All right, man. And Jake, man, imagine what these people will do when they haven't eaten in a few days, or when they haven't eaten in a day. They will do whatever they possibly can to eat. The value of life. Say what, skin for skin? Hold on. I know that's in the book of Job. Hold on. Job 2 and 4. Yeah. Job 2 and 4. It says, and Satan answered Yahweh and said, skin for skin, yeah, all that a man hath will he give for his life. It say, Satan replied to Yahweh, skin for skin. A man will give up everything he has to save his life. So these people, they will give up everything to save their life, right? Such as what? Taking the MOTB. These people will basically bow the knee to save their life so they can eat when they're not even promised to eat with the MOTB. No way. See?
One of the precepts, or maybe I didn't put it, but in Second Kings, yeah, right here, Second Kings, it goes into how women actually, ate their children, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me actually pull that up because I really don't want to. I really don't want to hear too much of her.
Right.
But this is the inspiration for this lesson is what she is saying, but what she's talking about, you better believe it. Okay, and this ain't just a isolated incident. You're gonna start seeing more videos of people pretty much telling you what they're gonna do in their crash out moment. Okay, and children are gonna be an excuse for them to act irrational. Okay, this is 2 Kings 6. And see right here, 2 Kings 6 and 25, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. Okay, a donkey's head. All right, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So our nation has experienced in times past a besieging, in so much that we were basically, forced to fend for ourselves and what we had readily available around us and to eat off of that. So as we see the squeeze continuing, you're going to see people eating things that they normally wouldn't eat. And so much right here in this account, they were eating bird shit. Okay. Now, when you go down right here, okay, look, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. So in this time, that woman will be crying where? On social media.
Yeah.
Okay, see?
Trump, if you want,
Isn't Trump the king?
start looting, it's gonna happen.
See? Okay, now let's go back. All right, and look, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the wine press? Now look what she's saying help for. And the king said unto her, why aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. Okay, this was the level of desperation that took place in our history. And the Bible speaks about great famines and people that are going to be left in the hills from hunger. They're going to eat their own, man. Okay, so there's going to be scenarios playing out where people are going to get in a desperate measure. So right now their reaction is to go to where the food is at and take it. But then when that food is gone and not available, because the government has litigation, they have laws where they can actually confiscate food in cases of disaster. Hence, people like FEMA. Okay.
Right. Yep.
Here's the portion of a pincher. So,
all right, man, and that's why the scriptures say in Matthew 6:25, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? See, but the last verse says what? But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah, and all these things shall be added unto you. See?
when this food, all right, which I got Second Ezra 6:22, suddenly the storehouses shall be found empty. All right. When this food is actually not even available, then we'll
Hold on. Yeah, let me get that. Second Ezra 6:22. It say, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The storehouses, it says, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. See? Right, man, so when there is no food in the stores, these people will lose it, man. They will lose it. Right, man, because these people can't go. They can't go an hour or 2 hours without eating, man.
will be the next result. It's going to be chain reactions. It's going to go, they're going to attack corporations. They're going to attack businesses. And then after that, they're going to attack neighbors. Okay. And then themselves, you see? So we can see how, with this government shutting down, with them cutting off funding for food, we can see how people are going to react according to prophecy. All right, and this will be the last person I would want to be around. Now, are there other cases? Yeah, there was a time where Elijah came across a widow and her son, and the Lord had mercy on her through sending Elijah, and she was allowed to be spared, her and her son, in a time of famine. So
and because the woman, because the widow only had a small amount of oil in the cruse, right, in a vessel, basically, and Elijah told her, he said, hey, listen up. Just to give me some bread and some water, right? And you and your son will eat many days. See? And the oil never went out. Her and her son ate many days. And who brought Elijah food? The ravens did, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Say what? For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. See?
There's going to be different scenarios where a woman, okay, can be spared because of that man of the Lord's, that man of the Lord being preserved. And look what it says. It says, look, verse 29. So we boiled my son and did eat him. Okay, that's a very heavy demonic attack of the flesh to eat your own, which that's a part of the curses too.
Yep.
It says, and I said unto her, on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she has hid her son. So people, okay, are going to be willing to eat yours, but you're not going to be willing to eat theirs.
Right.
And lately it's been on my spirit to do a lesson about it's going to be a dog eat dog world. Okay. It's going to be a dog eat dog world. All right. Now,
basically every man for themselves, basically.
Let's let a little bit more of this play, and I'll get a couple more precepts.
Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say, ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins.
And you will be locked the fuck up too. You will be locked up. You, all right? Hey. So you gonna steal because your link card ain't got no money on it. Oh well, too bad. So they gonna beat your ass and they gonna lock you up.
With me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna.
And brothers, do not
Walk out.
do not run out of your wits for these women, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, do not run out of your wits for these women. You know how many men, okay, are in jail because of a woman? Hey, that happened to my father. My father got put in jail because he did something my mother suggested him to do. Okay? So you Israelite men out there, man, hey, do not act foolish when it's time to apply wisdom. And the woman is going to be the number one culprit of carrying herself in a foolish manner when one should be applying wisdom. Now, from there, let's go back to this. Ezekiel 9:6, it says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. So right here is a Jacob's trouble prophetic precept letting you know the level of judgment that's going to be swinging through upon Jake, of course, the heathen, but this is why it's called Jacob's trouble. Now, let me get Ezekiel 5:16, because this is powerful. All right, the scriptures actually speak about the arrows of famine. Okay, Ezekiel, because right now this is a perfect opportunity for the government to really keep people in a certain position. Okay, so they're not out just chilling, independent, I'm good. Nah, man, you're being affected financially. All right, now look at this. This is Ezekiel 5. And man, we could start up. Okay, look at this. Let's go to Ezekiel 5.
All right, man, because it say what? The vintage shall fail. It say, but I saw that sort up in 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. It says, hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. It says, listen, you women will lie around. It says, you women who lie around in ease, listen to me. You are so smug. Right? All right, man, because these women have been living a careless life. Not worrying about nothing, not caring about nothing. Right? They've always said what? I'm independent. I don't need no man. No. No. All right, man, when all hell break loose, man, all of that strong, independent woman mindset is going to go out the window. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, And it says, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Vintage, great crop. All right. Hold on. Vintage definition. All right, man, but let's say, well, the vintage shall fail, right? So these people have been getting what? SNAP, EBT, and all that. All of that is going to come to an end. All of that is going to stop.
And let's start at 15. I'll start at 14. It says, moreover, I will make thee waste and a reproach among the nations. Yeah, you think some Edomite family is gonna pull over to help a single black woman, a single black mother, and her train of children?
Hell
They're
no.
gonna. If anything, they'll prey on you. Okay, they will look at you as prey. All right, and that's exactly what Jake is going to be treated as in Jacob's trouble, is a hunted vessel, man. Okay, is a hunted vessel. And I remember years ago I had a dream, and I don't have many, so I only repeat the very few I have. But I remember I had a dream where Esau was driving around in truckloads looking for people to eat, man. Okay, see. All right, now let me go back to this, man. I was hiding in a pine tree, looking down, watching it all play out. So the Wadiyah Bashemal Shai, man. Okay, so now it says, verse 14, round about thee in the sight of all that pass by, so it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgments in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes. I, Yahweh Bashemal Shai, have spoken it, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, okay, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. Okay, so we are seeing this food that has already been chemically weaponized against you.
Yep.
Now, this same food that really you shouldn't even be eating, okay, the defiled bread, now he's hindering your access to defiled bread, so that you panic, so that you bug out, so that he can contain you, so he could control you. Okay,
Yep.
so he is causing a spirit of lawlessness upon Jake in the guise of desperation and survival. And this thing is just kicking off. It ain't even happened yet.
Right.
Okay, we are in, I believe, the 20th day of the government shutdown, but we're not even in November, when the benefits are to be cut off. Okay, so we are witnessing the evil arrows of famine being shot, and this is the reaction of people seeing a famine come. They're not in a famine yet. They still have running water. They still have electricity. They still have food in their belly. But this is how they're reacting to finding out that they might not have access to food or be able to buy it. Okay, so we are witnessing a very different spirit upon Jake as we've been telling you, they would act like this. And especially the woman, especially the independent black woman. The independent black woman who boasts how she don't need a man is now acting desperate for what the man is about to do. Okay, now let me see what else I got for you. So Matthew 24:7, Yahushua said that there will be famines. Okay. 2nd Ezra 6:22 is the storehouses being found empty. All right. Leviticus 26, that's eating and measure. Let's actually get that real quick. Let's go to Leviticus 26. And this is pertaining specifically to women. Leviticus 26:26, it says, and when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied. You see that? So, hey, this is a great humbling that we're witnessing, and the internet, okay, is being used as the main focal point of these react.
All right, man, because they say what? Pride goeth before destruction. All right, man, because these so-called women, man, have been very, very, very prideful, man. Very, very prideful. What's that? Hold on. Hold on. What's that? Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. See? So we are seeing the fall of Esau, Edom, and the fall of these women, man. We're seeing it. They say what? They don't need no man. They independent. See? They say what? I got my own bag. Amen.
And the peoples are recording how they're dealing with prophecy. See, it was okay for you to disregard prophecy, but now look at how you react to when you can't disregard prophecy. Okay, so the Lord is bringing in this judgment, man. Now, let me see if there's anything else I want to get for you. I believe the point was made. I guess we'll let a little bit more of this play.
That stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucking car. If you feeling motherfucking froggy, bitch, you ain't gonna make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you.
And this is why it says we're gonna laugh at their calamity. Because
They say what? I will mock when your fear cometh. I will mock when your fear cometh. I was just thinking about that scripture. It says, verse 24, Proverbs 1 and 24. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have said it naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. See? So these jakes have ignored, they have ignored the counsel of Yahweh Shemashah, the advice, and they would not accept the correction. See? It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress, it says, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, it says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Shemashah. See?
The so-called black and brown woman, American feminist women, they have a very strong demonic delusion that they can, pretty much, overtake any man. You're not going to be able to handle militias of men. You're not going to be able to go in and fight fist to cuff with other people in desperations and at that hungry men. Okay, you're not going to be able to survive out here like that. And only the elect, okay, only the elect is going to survive after the ultimate destruction, which will commence during the Third World War. Okay, there's still an hour of temptation coming. All right, there's a lot of things that are still getting ready to take place. And this is why it says, through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom. And this is why it says a man of the Lord is going to be that resting place.
A hiding place from the tempest. A hiding place from the tempest. Hold on. Isaiah 32. It says, and the man shall be a hiding place from the wind and the covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in the dry place, as a shadow. God says, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. See? All right, man, they say what? 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying what? We will need our own bread, wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. See, so in that day they will need protection. These women in that day will need protection, man. Because they can't do nothing by themselves. At all. They can't do nothing by themselves, man. So they ain't independent at all. All right, man, because they think just because they got a job, just because they can pay rent or mortgage, or they can pay the light bill, right, or their cell phone bill, or their car note, or their car insurance, that they independent. No, you're not.
Okay, this is Isaiah 32 and Isaiah 32 and 2.
See?
And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. Yeah, an elect Israelite man.
Right. Yep.
And a man shall be as a hiding place. And immediately made me think about that movie, The Road, how the woman, she couldn't handle it and she left her family. Okay? So you brothers, I'm telling you right now, man, hey, seek your own salvation. You're going to have faith that the Lord is protecting your loved ones. That's what I think. Okay, the Lord is going to protect my household, but I have to make sure that I'm doing what I'm required to do. Okay, and that's seeking my salvation by serving the Lord. And I'm telling you, man, the Lord is going to break these people. The Lord is going to break Jake down, man. Remember, he broke the walls of Jericho without us touching it. The Lord is going to break them down. Okay. I just seen a viral video of a so-called black woman telling these grown-ass ICE agents how she hits harder than them. And you're not ready for that. You are not ready for that flood to come in. And I'll actually get that too. Okay, we'll get those two and end the lesson. But there is a flood, okay, that is being filled right now to pour over on Jake. Okay. And Jake is not going to be ready, and the Israelite woman is not going to be ready either, man. Okay, this is Isaiah 59. Let me just hold this real quick.
All right, man. So, man, that's the lesson, man. Man, hey. Man, the vintage is failing, man. These people are feeling it, man. Especially Eve. Eve is going to feel it hard, man. These women are going to feel it, man. They nervous. Hey. So with that, I say shalom.